Hey everyone, it's Bobo the Vulture, and it's time for more Let's Play Gran Turismo 2. Alright? Alright. So, tell you what I'm gonna do at this point, because it's kind of late in the evening, as I get started here. I'm not gonna have time to enter another endurance race. Zachardine takes a great run on his wheel. Such vigor. Alright, I've done the Celica, I've done the Starlet. Haven't done the MRS or the Altezza. I think I've done the Vitz. Yeah, I've done the Vitz. I put on the Vitz. Did I get some kind of special tuned Altezza, or was it something that I was looking at that's available for sale here? I think it's something I was looking at that was available for sale here. Not one of these, obviously, because these are not. Why did I just do that? I don't know either, folks. Out of my head, I'm outside my mind. Tuned by Tom's 280. Now, there was a regular and racing version of this event, wasn't there? I am suspicious that... wait, was there a special racing Altezza? Like an Altezza Touring car? There was not. There's a GT1 road version. So it says, "Hi, I'm Tom Supra. But Tom will be okay if you want to take me out and we can go hang out for a while." The Celica Elegant Sports version. You know that thing. It's an elegant sports version. 207. This will be what, 190? 157. Daggone. What is this IS 200 looking like? It is 152 as well. Well, it's just strange, it is. Yeah, that really just is a very fancy Altezza. What if I bought it and saw whether or not we could tune it? Or whether we could race modify it? What if we did that? Yeah, we can. This one is kind of silly looking, but we can do it. Oh well, here. I'm gonna go ahead and do the race, the weight modification, because we're gonna have to do that eventually anyways. You guys know the story by now. Now, after that's all happened, what kind of power can we get out of this thing? Get an even hotter intercooler. Nice. What amazing turbo powers can we get? 338 horsepower, that's pretty good. I can almost guarantee that we can't do NA tuning, but let's look anyways because it's fun. I like to look. Okay. So you will notice that the starting horsepower is 266 horsepower, not 276 as it had advertised. You will notice that they all say 200, that a lot of cars, a lot of Japanese cars in particular, say 276 horsepower in these games. There was some sort of, I don't believe it was a law at the time, but there was an agreement among Japanese car manufacturers that that would be the maximum amount of horsepower that they would advertise. I'm guessing 276 probably rounds out to something in a different measure of engine power. Like, I know that Americans measure torque in foot-pounds, but apparently there's another measurement called Newton meters. That's, yeah, I don't know. There's more than one measure of any of these things, is what I'm trying to say. Pretty sure there was no stage 3, right? Yeah. 411 horsepower we get out of this car. For admittedly, so far, a pretty hefty investment. But it's going to be a better car than any of the other ones that we are racing against. Quite possibly by good measure. But we'll see. We'll get to the event. The Altezza Cup. And we'll have a good time. We'll have a good time, you and me. At the Autumn Ring. Nice. I was thinking it was going to end up being the test course, and the fact that we'd gotten all this extra power wouldn't mean anything because it would come down to gearing. Having more power in a race like that would still mean something, but it wouldn't mean that much if, you know, the cars were all basically able to reach their maximum geared speeds. Boy, this car sure does love to sort of slide around a little bit. That's cool. Now, this Altezza, or as it was known in, I guess, Europe as well as in the United States, the Lexus IS, this first model of it, as sort of many Lexuses are, it was based off of, or some Lexuses are, was based off of an existing platform. Well, no, I guess this one, I guess the Altezza and the IS came out at the same time. They're just marketed differently. But it was, yeah, it was a slightly different thing from what Lexus had usually done, at least in what they would export to the U.S. So it was a bit of a revelation. It was unusual because, in terms of price, it pretty much filled the same niche as the former entry-level car, which was known as the ES300, which was based off Toyota Camry. It was basically Toyota Camry with a nicer sort of interior trimmings and well optioned out, and, you know, had sort of a slightly different set of styling on it. But they sold the two side to side because this was a much smaller car. Not like much, like it's some kind of mini car or something like that, but like it's not like a sort of big, sort of nice riding extra roomy car like Camry is. So they sold the two of them next to each other, figuring that they did not serve the same market. They didn't serve the same purpose. And because they've done well enough, because I think they still sell the two. They sort of spread them out. Well, I fear that I could misspeak on any of these things now, because they have changed the lineup. I don't read as many car magazines as I used to. I don't keep as up to date on the car news as I once did. But they were selling them side to side, and I mean that it was a strategy that seemed to be working for them because they kept doing it for years and years. And as far as I know, they still do, but they might not. And the Altezza was kind of a trendsetter. I think the looks of that car have aged particularly well. It's sort of a nice semi-sculpted, but not like super angular appearance. Sort of a middle of the road, because like in the 90s, all the cars were like melted bubble things. And now go ahead with the green trim instead of the blue trim. And honestly, the one bit of sort of unusual styling flourish on them was the tail lamps. These sort of like clear bezeled tail lamps with very obvious round main lights and sort of this like sort of chromed, very sort of shiny reflexive surround on the outsides of all of those bits and pieces. Yeah, I forgot to even check where we were. We're at Apricot Hill. Okay, we're at Apricot Hill and we're going backwards. But that was the one bit of a styling flourish, and honestly, I remember at the time thinking, that was the one thing that I kind of didn't like about the look of it. But it's probably the most imitated aspect of the car's styling now. Well, and even immediately following, all of a sudden you had a bunch of like aftermarket kits that would come out for like, get, you know, sort of chrome and extra shiny taillight clusters for your Mustang, or your Camry, or, you know, your Accord, or whatever. Civics, you know, all over the place. You had a lot of that stuff. And, I mean, you know, I wouldn't bet my life on it right now without having a chance to sort of look it up, but as I recall, this was the first production car that did it. And then you had a bunch of imitators. Now, as I also... Oh, this does have a 6-speed. Oh, because this is the Special Tom's edition. I was about to say, the one big thing I remember enthusiast magazines complaining about with this car was that it was only available with a 5-speed automatic when it first came out. They were like, we want a manual transmission. Which, you know, you're an enthusiast, that's what you want. If I were... not playing this game for an LP, alright. Got some catching up to do here. That was bad. But if I were playing this for an LP, I might be shifting my own gears manually as well. the wrong way through that turn, but got myself in the lead. And that's the important thing right now. And there were two other Altezza 280Ts, the special fancy models in this one. But I did notice there were several other liveries on hand. So I kind of want to look and see what some of these other cars look like. They got this sort of... Okay, it just says Altezza on it. It's also a 280T, that's me. Oh, there's one that's got... that's an IS200. It's got sort of these cool red lines going on the back of it. This is the Lexus IS. What does the Lexus IS look like? It says Altezza on it, interestingly enough. And says Toyota on it, interestingly enough. Yeah, folks, there was some sort of shifting around of names and titles and stuff of cars in this. In this game. But, actually, now that I've tuned that up the way that it is, if I did some other, you know, nice modifications to it and things, it would actually be a decent car to go take to the GT300 championship, wouldn't it? Possible. Not necessarily the best option, but, you know, it'd be one that you could do. Let me see if I can now find my... Can I find the MRS show version? Here we go. I just want to get in it, concept car, and see if it's even eligible for the championship. No, sorry, not this championship. I meant for the MRS trophy over here in East City. Eastman. And if it is, considering there's just the regular car trophy, car can't compete in that race. Alright, so fine. Let's go look at what MRSs there are. Considering there's no difference in... There was only ever one generation of Toyota MRS. The MR2 is the one that came before it, and the MRS following the... Well, I guess here you can... I guess in Japan you could buy the MRS and the MR2 at the same time. S edition. J99, 138 horsepower. Amazing. And by amazing, I mean, not that amazing. Let's look at the used MRSs. Oh. That is an MR2 Spider. Not an MRS. There are no MR Spiders. Just making sure this is just for MRS. Alright, so there's only one car eligible. How exciting! I say that in this super dismissive tone, but at the same time, I've always thought these were cool cars. And I guess if I had to get one with a black top, I would get one that was red. If I get one with a tan top, I would get one that was green. They did eventually get around to making ones with tan tops, I believe, but that never really made that many to sell in the US at all. So, there you go. Out of curiosity, can you do racing modification? Obviously, I'm not going to, because you can. Do you want black hood or red hood? And that's your decision to make. Well, it's not any of your decisions to make, actually, because I'm making all the decisions from here. Okay. Full power. There will be no intercooler. I suppose I should have checked to see if you can NA tune this engine, because it was never turbocharged to begin with, so it was possible that that could be done. I'm going to guess you can't increase the displacement. I'm going to second guess whether or not it's worth doing all these engine upgrades. You know what? I'm tired of this. Plus, I don't really have that much money to spare. I mean, yes, we could go play a money-making game, but I feel like we stretched this game on long enough. We don't need that many more games, or that many more cars to win the game. We should be able to do it pretty much with our existing garage. With the exception of that one Holy Grail, the car that we can use to win the 300 horsepower or less historic race that the GT40s are able to get into, but we are not. And the car that I believe would be best for us to try and do that with is a prize car, so it's not like we could get it right now anyway. Now then. Oh, I saw that green MR Spider. I'm already having buyer's remorse. Looks the same coming as it does going, doesn't it? Bet they're fun little guys to drive around, though. I'll give them my betting of that. It does handle... Whoa! I was gonna say handle neutrally, and then it sort of got all weird and buoyant on me. It's an interesting little drive, is what it is. Just sort of keep turning if you ask it to. Boy, got the wrong spot on my gear ratio here. Alright. Seem to have the upper hand for now. That's the wrong place to lose the car. I didn't lose it completely. I thought I would be able to get away with just sort of a slight lift. Like a dab of the brakes. I should have slowed down a little more. Don't have to shift all the way down to 2 in that turn, though. Interesting, eh? I could see where a person would not find that interesting, but if you've gone as far as this, and this Let's Play series, so we're like 70-odd videos in at this point. This is the second Gran Turismo game that I've done. If you're still with the series at this point, you probably finally like, wow, you can get into turn 1 without getting all the way down to second gear. You can make it through. That is fascinating. You're able to carry a lot of speed through corners with this MR Spider. Bobo, that's a really fascinating little car. It doesn't have a whole lot of power, but it's nimble enough that it can keep what acceleration that it's got going through those corners. That's a great attribute. Bobo, you're a great driver. Alright, if you followed the series as long as this, you probably know for sure that that one's not true. Hey there, car. How's your grill? Got a big smiling guppy mouth. Look at it there. It's now covered with the words official timer. Hey, we won against all the other guys who are exactly like us. One of us. One of us. One of us. Alright. So that was fun and games until we lost an eye, which we clearly did. 3,000 credits. Let's put those in the bank. Money in the bank. Alright, so that is one step closer to having East City all taken care of. We no longer have anything to worry about in Toyota Land. What about Mitsubishi Land? Are there any Mitsubishi races we haven't figured out? The regular Evolution meeting we haven't figured out. The Mirage Cup I feel like we probably did. We didn't do the Mirage Cup. Why did I think we'd done it? Why did I think we'd done it? I don't know. Let's do it now. Let's get the Mirage Cyborg R in coarse gray. That's so coarse. It's not elevating the conversation at all. Come on, Cyborg R. It's actually a pretty nice car. $6,688? That's not a bad starting car right there. Ooh, no turbo kits for it, though. Interesting. There's only so much you can get out of this guy. What will its eventual racing modifications look like? Interesting. You can get white with blue sort of hash pattern in there. Or you can get this, which looks weird, this sort of lime green and blue slash pattern, but it is the livery that cars that are sponsored by, yeah, the back there, Falcon Tires, often use. See it a lot in Porsches. They run Porsche 911s, or they used to in American sports car racing. They may still do. Well, now that's interesting. That is. So yeah, started with 170 horsepower. That's a massively powerful mighty might. It's obviously not going to get up to a huge horsepower total. Well, I say obviously. It probably won't get up to a huge horsepower total. 208 horsepower. I bet if you did every little bit of tuning that you could to it, it'd be worth trying to take out to the oh, why am I forgetting the name? The beginner enduro in this race. The one at boy, it's really going to bother me. I can't remember this name now, because it is, of most of the tracks, probably, it might be my favorite track. And I'm forgetting the names of them. I mean, they all have just names like Deep Forest and Trial Mountain. That's the name of it. Got nice tires. Go ahead and do the weight reduction now. We won't do the racing modification yet, but we're going to have to do this weight reduction before we can get the race modifications anyway. And it will improve the performance of the car, so you might as well take care of it from the get-go. If you plan on eventually doing race modification to one of your cars, doing the weight reduction whenever you get a chance before you take it out there and race. It's going to make the car better in every way, so just do it. Just do it now, it's here!
It's right here. Kill it. Do it now.
Yeah. Hey, we're at Trial Mountain. Now I guess I'll get to see how well this car would handle around Trial Mountain. Now there are going to be newer Mitsubishi Cyborg Rs around. But I have the buzziest one of them all. So yeah, these sold in the US, both this and the later version of the... They didn't call them Cyborg R, but they had Mitsubishi Mirages. But they didn't sell them in the hatchback. They had 4 doors and they had 2-door coupes, or coupes, as some would of course say. It's a coupe. This is America. Where I am right now, it's America. And we take our pronunciation cues from Beach Boys, and they sang about a Little Deuce Coupe. They didn't sing about no Little Deuce Coupe. Responding to a comment that, like, I literally responded to, like, a month or 2 ago, and I made the video in which the person probably would have noted that, like, a month or 2 before that. So this is literally ancient history. I just remember it now, and I was thinking about the fact that in America these cars were sold as 2 doors with trunks rather than with hatchbacks. That wasn't the right way to take that, but that's okay. Yeah, as much fun as this car is, I feel like the Prelude probably was a better option. In terms of a starting car, and in terms of a car that you would take to the Trial Mountain Enduro. It's still an interesting and entertaining little car. But I think if I were you, I would find a different partner for that big dance. Look at his little cute headlights. And his little tiny jelly bean tail lights. You're just an adorable little cyborg, aren't you? Aren't you? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Okay, so that's that done. Time to go race modify it and win another race. Yeah. It's got a little twin muffler back there. That's pretty cool. I say that's pretty cool almost as much as a way to convince myself as it is to try and convince any of you. So let's go racing style this thing. And I'm actually kind of pleased that we get to... I'm sure at some point in time I probably saw this, and thought, what a weird looking livery, that's terrible. Totally going with it now that I recognize it as an actual racing livery that gets used. When I use the term livery, folks, just it's a term that people use for the paint schemes of racing cars for whatever reason. The livery. There's a lot of horse racing and horse terminology that goes into car racing. The area where all the cars are sort of garaged and put up and things before the races is known as the paddock. I mean, I guess because some of the original car races were done on horse tracks. Certainly, a lot of the original oval races were done on horse tracks when there were not horses there. It's a different type of entertainment for a different day. Let's see if I have enough muscle to sort of work my way ahead of these guys. Oh, it's my teammate on Team Falcon Tires. I hope he manages to make it into second. I think he might have.
Good job, buddy.
Now, keep him held up back there while I charge into the lead for big points. I didn't need to slow down quite that much, but it's okay. Hopefully. That was not the worst corner exit ever. And basically that corner exit is of vital importance because look at how much straightaway we have here. If you started at the beginning of this straightaway slower than the other cars, you better believe you're going to end it slower than the other cars. I think my teammate's gotten lost in the shuffle back there. Sorry, buddy, there's not much I can do for you. I gotta run my own race, you know. Alright, that was a bad corner exit. Everyone is bearing down on me. This is what a bad corner exit will do. Oh, fourth place finish for my teammate. Sorry, teammate. Hey, this guy's got nice green butt going on, whereas those are all red and black, and I see. ST! Would you like some delicious ST? That's not a good thing, folks, I don't think, probably. It doesn't sound good. Sounds unappetizing. Goo. Let's go ahead and save the game, though, because we've made some progress. Let's overwrite, because we've made some progress. And when we come back next time, I'll find some more little tiny races to pick off, because that's what I got time to do right now. So this is Bobo the Vulture. This is Let's Play Gran Turismo 2. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye now.